Hey there kids, it's me, MrCreepyPasta, and before we get started on tonight's video, let me just let you know about Ren Rider Horror. Ren Rider Horror is the author of tonight's story, but also Ren Rider Horror is a YouTube channel that all of you should be checking out. If you enjoy stories like this one you're about to hear tonight, then you should check out the author's YouTube channel, because there's many stories written by Ren that can be found here, also narrated by Ren. A link is going to be in the description down below, as well as that little eye you're going to find in your top corner. And now, on to tonight's story. Yeah, I know. Who in their right minds uses TikTok? I was already starkly opposed to social media, especially TikTok. That cesspit of stupidity and regurgitated jokes should have never become a thing, and not one as huge as it is today. I wish I'd never downloaded the damn thing. I really wish. Or maybe I do after all. Well, never mind. One day, I was bored. After my computer broke, all I had was my phone. There was never a book guide, and hell, I didn't even own any mobile games. Nothing that can entertain me so much. So, one day, I give in, right? I download TikTok, as my Play Store has recommended so many times. At first, I was annoyed. I was more than annoyed. All I found were short clips of people acting like idiots. After a while, though, I found the occasional interesting piece of content, like little life hacks, for example. The videos on how to survive in the wild, do-it-yourself guides, or how to prepare hot meals without using a stove. I was always intrigued by these things. Needless to say, I got hooked. For the past weeks, however, I got interested in a different type of content. Urban exploring. The real deal, I mean, not the bullshit where there's a creator's friend who's covering it in a bed sheet and it pretends to be a ghost in a dark hallway. No, I like to watch people explore old mine shafts, abandoned buildings, ghost towns. Well, it was fun for a while. I didn't like the fact that I'd never be able to visit any of the places I saw. After getting acquainted with the shit show that was TikTok search, I began browsing hashtag after hashtag. Eventually, I found a new local content creator who explored abandoned places in my area. Now, my city isn't huge, but it isn't small either, so there's quite a bit of content. Occasionally, I'd even watch a live stream. There was something exhilarating, about urban exploring. Before long, I put together my own list of places I wanted to see. If I ever left the house, that is, and if I ever was man enough to do so. Tonight, I was notified about another live stream. It was by two guys I'd recently discovered. Most of their content was typical for TikTok, stuff I didn't care about. Sometimes, however, they checked out abandoned places. I joined the live stream and I heard that they were on their way to one of the notorious abandoned areas of my city. Yeah, bro, this place used to be like hot shit back in the day. Like everybody wanted to live out here. No way, dude. You're fucking with me. That tower block over there, it's gonna collapse any minute now. I swear, man, but it was like decades ago. I heard they even wanted to renovate the place at one point, but never did. Yeah? Why didn't they? No clue. Place is a money sink, I guess. But they realized it's all old shit. Yeah, like the rest of this city. Both of them began guffawing, and I couldn't help but frown. They seemed to talk in the typical, annoying, over-the-top way all influencers did these days. I hated it. Before long, however, they reached a giant old apartment complex. But for a while, they continued on down a small, deserted street. And then they followed an alley that led them right to the center of the complex. The entire place was ruined. What might have been in a nice little park was now completely overgrown. Rubble was everywhere, and here and there I saw stacks of old, half-rotten construction materials. Hey man, did you hear that? It's like crying or something, one of them said suddenly. His friend's face appeared in front of the camera. An anxious look washed over it. Then he began laughing. Fuck, bro, you almost got me. By now, both of them were laughing again, like the idiots they were. I wasn't. God, these guys were annoying. With a sigh, I put the phone down, ignoring their annoying voices, and I couldn't help but stare at the empty wall in front of me. What the hell was I even doing? How the fuck was I watching some teenager's stupid TikTok live stream in the middle of the night? While I questioned my life choices, a flashlight beam reached me from outside. In an instant, I got up and went towards my balcony door. Having a ground floor apartment always seems to make me uneasy. The area I lived in wasn't a bad one, but it's not exactly a good one either. Never knew what could happen. One of my biggest fears was to find someone trying to climb onto my balcony and break into my place. I took a deep breath. It was probably just someone's phone. I pushed aside the curtain, trying my best to stay hidden. Right outside in front of my building, I saw two figures. Each one was holding a flashlight in their hands, blasting their beams over apartments and windows alike. What the hell were they doing? Didn't they know people were trying to sleep? Once more, one of them sent their beams straight into my apartment, illuminating my living room. Assholes. But they're trying to fuck with people. From outside, I could hear their laughter and the high-pitched teenage voices. Got nothing better to do, huh? Growing angry, I pushed open the balcony door to tell them to fuck off, and right when I stepped outside, one of them was actually trying to climb onto my balcony. For a moment, the beam of flashlight hit me right in the face. What the fuck? I screamed, while I instinctively shielded my eyes from the blinding light. Screaming in surprise, the guy tumbled backward and crashed down over the balcony railing. In an instant, I was back inside, throwing the balcony door shut. That was it. Now I was pissed. Fucking around with flashlights was one thing, but trying to break into my place was a whole different story. I put on my shoes, threw on my jacket, and stormed outside. Before I did, I got a hold of a broom, just in case, I told myself. When I pushed open the apartment building door, I saw they were right there. One of them was on the ground, probably hurt from tumbling down, while his friend was trying to help him up. The moment they saw me, they froze. What the hell do you think you're doing? I screamed at them. In my anger, I began waving around the broom, hoping to show them that I was serious. No, we did nothing. I swear. We didn't know someone lived here, so we're sorry. We're sorry. One of them called out to me. By now, the one on the ground had gotten back to his feet. Get the hell out of here, I spat at them, taking a single well-measured step forward. By now, both of them were shaking. They were pleading with me, crying, repeating, "We're sorry," as they backed away. As I stood there watching them, their entire situation felt weird. Why the hell were they suddenly so scared? I mean, just moments ago, they tried to climb onto someone's balcony, and now my anger evaporated. I almost felt sorry for them. Almost. Still, I lowered the broom and tried to look as non-threatening as possible. Yo, I won't do anything to you guys, alright? Just leave. They were still scared, but nodded vehemently, promising they'd never, ever be back again, and then they both turned around and booked it. As I looked after them, I still didn't know why they'd been so scared. I mean, sure, I'm a big dude, but more fat than muscle. Don't tell me it's because of my freaking broom or something. On the way back inside, I couldn't help but laugh about the entire situation. Freaking teenagers. I barely entered my living room when I heard their voices again. I jerked around and went back to the balcony. Don't tell me... No one was outside. The balcony was empty. And so was the area in front of the building. What had I just heard? And then I saw my phone. TikTok was still open. And the stupid live stream from before was still playing. Holy shit, bro, what the fuck was that? Did you guys see that? Did you fucking see that? As I picked up my phone, I saw that the two of them were still running. The chat was going crazy. Messages were coming in at almost astronomical speed. I could barely read anything, but what I did mention the words crazy person and squatter. As I continued to listen, there was soon no doubt anymore. It was the two guys, the same two idiot teenagers who just tried to break into my place. Hadn't they gone to some abandoned area, though? How did they end up here? I reasoned that they had given up on their urban exploring and went to fuck with people, but how'd they made it here so quickly? Where exactly did they go? There weren't any abandoned places nearby. By now, more and more people in chat were asking about the abandoned area, about its location, and when one of the hosts finally answered, it was even more confusing. It was my area. It was my home. But this place wasn't abandoned. I lived here. People lived here. I was right here, sitting in my living room. There was my bedroom, and over there... Okay, calm down. Don't be an idiot. This was TikTok, after all. I mean, who knows? Maybe the entire live stream was pre-recorded, and in reality, they went out to fuck with people for new content. Hell, maybe they found me on their follower list, right? They saw that I lived nearby, they decided to prank me or something. Yeah, like that had to be it. The more I try to convince myself, however, the more I realized how ridiculous those scenarios were. Yet the alternative... A new notification interrupted my thoughts. It was a new TikTok video, one just posted by the guys whose live stream I was watching. When I read the title, I shivered. Highlight of the craziest live stream ever. Running with insane squatter. We almost died. Holy shit, guys. I read it again, and then once more. With slightly shaking hands, I pressed play. I watched as the two of them walked past abandoned buildings. Then they were at the apartment complex, moving their flashlights around. Finally, one of them tried to climb onto a balcony, and right at that moment, an unkempt, bearded guy jumped from an opening that might once have been a balcony door. "What the fuck?" I heard him scream. The phone slipped from my hands and my head spun. There was no way. There was no frickin' way. That was my voice, my face. Only it was... It was different. In the video, I looked dirty, unkempt, bearded. My voice sounded rougher, deeper, almost crazier. I told myself I was wrong. This entire night was getting to me. My mind was playing tricks on me, that's all. Then I picked up the phone and I played the video again. There it was. My face. My voice. I watched as my alter ego burst from the building, holding a metal rod in his hands. I heard as I screamed at them in the most incoherent voice. "The hell do you think you're doing?" It's the same words. The ones that I had screamed at them not even an hour ago. In an instant, I threw the phone across the room. There was no way that was real. Okay, it had to be fake. Some sort of stupid trick, a deep fake, or God knows what, all right? In an instant, I dashed into my bathroom, turned on the lights, and stared at myself in the mirror. There I was. Cleanly shaven, slightly muffled hair, but overall, pretty presentable. And then, for a second, I could almost see my hair grow, could almost see the dirty, unkempt beard and the crazy eyes I'd seen in the video. I cringed back. That's not fucking real. Back in the living room, I shivered again. Why was it so cold? I could almost feel a breeze blowing through my apartment. I checked the balcony door again, but it was closed. As I stared outside, however, I wondered, how long had I lived here? When had I last spoken to someone? I mean, hell, when had I last seen anyone else who lived here? I'm sitting here now, typing this out in as much detail as I can. I don't know what the hell's going on. With all this, I mean, I'm right here, in my apartment, sitting on my living room couch. Yet as I'm typing this, I can feel it again. This cold, almost freezing breeze. And every once in a while, I almost can't help going through a beard I know shouldn't be there. Hey there kids, it's me, MrCreepyPasta, and I want to tell you thanks so much for watching tonight's video or listening to tonight's episode of the podcast. Before I tell you all good night, I just want to remind you that there is tea available. It hasn't been available for quite a while, but now my wife's tea shop, the Ivory Monocle Tea, has become available once again. If you guys have been missing out on tea, or if you've missed out over the holidays, over these crazy, crazy months for me and my family, well, now's your time to get more tea. Head over to etsy.com/shop/Ivory Monocle Tea, and you can get your hands on tea from my wife. It's perfect if you guys happen to be living through this winter storm. It's freezing outside, all the trees are frozen over with ice for me, so tea is wonderful this time of year. And hopefully it's wonderful for you once the allergies get started. And as always, I would love to give a big thank you to everyone who's supporting me over on Patreon. You guys are the real MVPs. You guys keep things going, especially while things have been nuts for me over the past couple of months, and things have been getting crazier and crazier as time goes on. You guys are the ones who are keeping me sane, and I mean that with all sincerity, that you guys have helped me immensely. So, in my personal life and my professional life, I want to give a very big thank you to Jordan Alexander Sanchez, Jakob Fenske, Burnett, Kraus, LaQueda, Canizales, MrCreepyPasta, PebisPleaser, Travis, Joseph Calarrudo, BuddhaBee, Dante, Kinkade, Foxhound 803, Mephistopheles, CursepoxPrimarch, Bastion, Beefcake, Jeff the Killer's Cultist, Love You M&M, INSANITYGamerX, Jesus Cornejo, Yarghoul, Clark, kearns, himbojerry, SamaHigh, CrusaderChocobo, Adamarius, Captain Scurvy, Escadine, Braden Morris, Nate Cull, Our Min Sec Time, Angelus, Seclude, That Creepy Chick, Red Shadow Cat, Xavier and Cheyenne, 6 Gay Rats in a Trench Coat, Turtleman, Cryolinian, Lord Life's Best, Goring Trimagazine, Mr. Marcus Blitz, Michael Limchok, Dirt Diver 030, Matt Bach, Voice of Sand, Shelly J, Ficamel, Deleted Account, Melted Lake, Polly Sue, William King, Sashi Suzaku, Stricken, Freddy Krueger, Happy Birthday Jason Wilson, Lisa Cottrell, Caspian, Hades Nephew, Tater Chip, Acid System, Mog, Kiwi the Sloth, Fester's Lampshade, Nico Kaya, The Ginger Bros, and Stormcrow, Daniel Paulson, and Corey Kenshin. To everyone on this list, everyone in the description, and of course anyone who could support even just $1, thank you all so much for making my life significantly easier with this. And if you guys would like to be able to join any of the names that you see here or down there or anything at all, head over to patreon.com/MrCreepyPasta. And with that, I wish you all a very, very pleasant night and sweet dreams.